Hi guys, it's John Thomas and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can tell by the title, I am talking to you today about the 10 foods that I miss the most from the US. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get these foods in China. It just means that they might be a little bit more difficult to get. They might be a little bit more challenging to get in the tier 2 cities. Some of these things I have been able to find in Beijing, but overall I think that these are really challenging items to get, and they're things that I eat a ton of when I go back to the US on holiday. So here we go, let's start the list. The number one thing that I miss in China is cottage cheese. I know it's hard to believe, but I have never found cottage cheese here in China. I have heard of a couple of people who have made it on their own, and in fact I did look up some recipes on YouTube. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to try to make my own cottage cheese, because I have not attempted to do that before. But I do feel like that's something that I truly miss. It's something that when I go home, I put on salad seasoning mix on my cottage cheese. I also add from Trader Joe's the everything but the bagel seasoning. Absolutely miss cottage cheese. So, I love you cottage cheese. I miss it so much. The second thing is another dairy item. In fact, there's a lot of dairy items on this list, but number 2 is sour cream. I miss sour cream so much. I love sour cream to make like onion dip with chips. I love sour cream with pretty much anything, all my tortillas. I love sour cream. So it's something that I definitely miss a tremendous amount here in China. I have found it before at a store called Jenny Lou's in Beijing, but it is very inconsistently carried there, and some days I would go and they would have it and I'd be like, yes! And some days they don't have it and I'd be like, I'm so mad. So absolutely, sour cream is one that I miss. The next dairy item that I do miss is milk. I miss fresh milk. There are a tremendous amount of different brands of milk here in China. A lot of them are UHC milk, which I think removes some of the hormones or chemicals. Don't quote me on any of that because I'm not sure. But it just doesn't taste the same. It can be left out, it can be warm, and I really miss fresh milk sometimes in a bowl of cereal. So milk would definitely be up there for number 3. Number 4 would be Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its, and in fact I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and there is a new Cheez-It brand out called Queso Fundido, and I'm like, I have to have it. I have to try that because Cheez-Its are great, and I also love a lot of the recent marketing they've been doing for Cheez-Its, and so anyways, definitely miss those, and I have never seen those here in China at all. Number 5 on the list would be Goldfish. It is a cracker that I have seen, but it is probably 6 times as expensive as it is back in the States. I have seen it at a store called April Gourmet in Beijing, but I have never seen them in any of the Western supermarkets in Tianjin where I live. Tianjin's not a tier 2 city, but a tier 1.5 city. I do not have the Goldfish here. So I love Pepperidge Farm Goldfish crackers, and it's definitely something that I bring back just to, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the list on my phone to make sure that I catch everything. The next thing I would say that I miss a lot is flavored coffee creamer. I love Coffee Mate, I love International Delight. These are things that I truly enjoy in the morning with my cup of coffee. And it's something that I can't find here at all. Never have been able to find flavored coffee creamer. Maybe I haven't been looking hard enough because I am a Starbucks addict. So recently I've been getting Americanos, iced Americanos, because it is hot here. But before that I would get vanilla lattes, iced vanilla lattes, because I just miss that coffee creamer flavor. And I can't get that here in Tianjin. So the next thing on the list, and this sounds really strange, but it's Girl Scout cookies. Thin Mints are my favorite Girl Scout cookie, and it's something that when I go back to the US, sometimes I get the Oreo Thins, mint ones. I believe they've had those in the past. I try to get some kind of mint chocolate cookie when I go back. I do miss that just even sometimes eating that whole package of Thin Mints for Girl Scout cookies. For those of you who aren't from the US, they are an absolute incredible cookie that I really love. The other thing that I miss, I think this is number 8. So the 8th thing I miss, and I actually have it here. I haven't made it yet. I feel like I'm holding on to it for dear life because I don't want it to go away. It's the last one I have, and I'm waiting for a special occasion, and that is cake mix. Oh my god, yellow cake with chocolate frosting. It's my favorite. It's absolutely amazing. It's great to eat, and I have not found a boxed cake mix in China that I like, and so for one of my visits, my cousin sent it to me, and I absolutely have been holding on to it because I do not want to make it yet, so I'll grab some more when I go home the next trip, but absolutely love the cake mix. Number 9 is, this is kind of a blanketed statement, but I miss Mexican food. I love burritos, I love enchiladas, I love nachos, I love quesadillas, I love queso fundido, like I talked about with the Cheez-Its. I just miss Mexican food. In Tianjin, I have not found a great Mexican food restaurant. When I do go to Beijing, there are a couple of great Mexican restaurants. So there's one called Taco Bar, there's another one called Q-Mex, and they have some really great Mexican food, but I haven't seen a lot of that here. And if you're thinking about coming to move here and you love Mexican food too, you will hunt it out. You will try to find it, but it's not something that you can get a lot of here. So I would, you can make stuff too, like you can find tortillas, you can find avocado, obviously there's ground beef and all that kind of stuff that you can use to make the Mexican food that you want, but there's nothing better. It's always my first meal, a burrito from Supermex in the Los Angeles area. Every time I land the plane, not personally, every time I get off the plane, one of my first stops is Supermex to have a Junior Mex chicken burrito and a margarita. Love it. And the last thing that I miss the most, absolute most, number 10, and this isn't by no means any order, but the number 10 thing that I miss the most are red vines. I love red licorice, and I just I'll never find that candy here. I can't find it. So when I go home or when people come visit me, I ask them to bring me goldfish and red vines because those are the things that I really love to snack on. I'm currently on a weight loss journey, so it's good that I don't have those things in my house. In fact, all of those things that I love, I am glad are not in my house, but I truly think that red vines just remind me of home, remind me of the movies, remind me of just, they're just delicious. I love red vines. So, this video is not sponsored. I don't have hardly any subscribers, so all of these products are things that I just miss here in China. Again, I am sure that you can find these in China. I'm sure that Taobao offers them. I'm sure Taobao gives you the ability to order some of these things. They're probably way more expensive than I would pay for those items. But I think that these are things that I didn't realize I would miss, and I miss. So I wanted to share them with you guys. There's one thing that is always on some of these lists when people talk about leaving the US, and that is ranch dressing. And I do have to say, I don't miss ranch dressing at all. Ranch dressing is just not one of my favorites. I absolutely like it. I will put it on a salad now and then when I'm at home. It's not something I miss as much as people said I would miss. So I thought that was kind of an interesting share to add also. Alright guys, so those are the 10 things I miss. If you're thinking about coming to live in China for a little bit, those are the things that are really difficult to get. If you're thinking of coming and visit, please disregard this entire video. Do not eat those things. Enjoy the amazing food that is here. It is unlike any Chinese food that you would get in any other place in the world, obviously. So don't eat Western food while you're in China. Eat all of the amazing food. Maybe one of these days I'll do my 10 favorite Chinese dishes. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, and feel free to like this video and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.